Hello,
Hi there.
and welcome to
Hyrule.
Great British Rank Off.
Seamless. Roll it. Andrew, welcome back.
Yeah, welcome back, Daniel.
I just said, Andrew, welcome back to my studio.
Thanks, Daniel. It's great to be here on my own channel.
It's good to put yeah. No, it's my channel now. I just turn around with my logo there. Just like, painted the walls with my face. What?
with your face.
Just pictures of my face over the wall. As you just like dramatically pan around. But yeah, anyway, today. Andrew, tell us what we're ranking today.
Today, because I just finished my Ocarina of Time Let's Play.
Yeah, you're amazing Let's Play.
My Let's Play.
That was a sarcastic. You're amazing Let's Play.
Yeah, amazing. We are doing, well, not every character. Most of the characters ranked in the Great British Rank Off formula.
Had to find a balance between most of the interesting ones and like not just the main ones.
Some that
so it's like
some that apply to like side quests and stuff. So
yeah,
but not everyone is in there. We haven't got like every shop owner in there. Well, I don't know. We might do, but
there's probably a couple of shop owners, the most notable ones. So yeah, if you miss any, just say, "Oh, I'd rank this missing one here."
Oh well, there's a character already there that I don't even recognise. Hang on.
That's good. I've got the Zelda wiki open so I can double check.
Oh, the Scarecrow. I couldn't remember what it was called.
Yeah.
I was like, did he spell Noboru wrong?
Yeah, I had to keep checking some of the names because they were like random.
Banuru.
Yeah.
Isn't the other one called
Andrew,
like Pierre?
Yeah, I was getting confused with that because there was two.
Yeah, there's two.
And I was like, I don't know. I can't remember which one's which, but yeah, they just, you know,
yeah,
whatever.
Let's go with it.
We'll
Daniel.
talk about both of them.
Daniel.
Let's run through the ranks, Andrew, because you know.
Right. First of all, we got the Triforce Champion, which is basically our ultimate tier.
The top of the top.
The cream of the top.
the cream of the Korok. Oh no, I missed one there.
Oh.
Ah well. And then we've got Master Sword rank.
Quick, change
it. For the second to best one.
Master Sword rank.
Yeah, that's the one.
And then we've got High Ruler.
High Ruler.
For the average Joes.
The good but not great ones.
We've got the bag and the look at Link's face in the corner.
Yeah, we don't look at Link's face in the corner. We're going to have to in a minute though. And then below that we've got Deku Scrub, which was originally the last one until I found a better one.
And then Daniel geniusly came up with Twilight Bin Sets.
Yeah, get in a bin. Twilight Princess. Oh, it's always the best one.
You'll have to bear with me as well, everyone, because I have a migraine right now. So
yeah, Andrew's gonna have to try and like work through his brain pain.
Yeah.
So we're gonna get started with the main character first. These are all mixed up, so don't expect to find all the main ones first.
Yes.
They're scattered throughout to make this interesting.
Link, we're covering him as one character. We're not covering him as like two separate characters.
Oh no.
Because it's still the same Link. He's just old and young. Yeah.
Yeah, he's just aged.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I would say, I don't know, because I obviously haven't played all the Zeldas and stuff, but I think he's probably one of the top Links that they've done.
Mm-hmm. Well, just from like critical reception, I'd say is just because that's the one people default to as like the sort of benchmark Link.
Yeah, because it's just like the one that pretty much everyone played.
He had the look, he had the style,
the panache.
he had like all the abilities everyone remembers that's sort of used then on in all the other 3D.
Yeah.
Because he was obviously the first 3D Link, so
Yeah.
he was sort of like the template for all the others.
And obviously
So they built
because
on.
Link, the way they do Link is that he is the hero, whatever area he's in, but he's supposed to be you as well because he is a solid protagonist.
Yeah.
I think character-wise, obviously we don't know. We get all his backstory and stuff. So like he's from the village that I've forgotten the name of. So you know that's helpful.
It's Kakiri
Village. Yeah, thank you.
Yeah,
See, Daniel knows.
I know, Andrew just finished Let's Play and I haven't played it in like 5 years or whatever.
Yeah, the Kakiri Village.
Yeah.
And then the Deku Tree is
With
like, hey, you know
like
what? Get out.
Yeah, get out.
And then it turns out he's not a Kakiri.
Yeah.
And they think that...
Just what is he, Andrew?
He's a human. Mixed with something else.
Disgusting.
Mixed with something else because he's got the pointy ears.
He's basically what the film Elf was based on.
Yeah.
He's not a real elf. He's a human.
Feel like
he's just like tall, bigger than everyone.
I think because of his overall story though, because he has to go into the future to do what he does. That's what messes up the time. Well, it doesn't mess it up. It splits the timeline in 3.
Yeah.
And then it becomes like 3 separate paths from that point on. You're like, Jesus, what did you do?
Obviously, you don't really know it until like you delve into it.
Yeah,
and
with like
all the other stuff.
The one where he seals Ganon, the one where the hero succeeds, the one where he fails, and the one where he seals Ganon before he even goes to the future.
Just kills him as a kid.
Yeah. Well, he doesn't kill him as a kid. He kills him in the future.
I know, but I just like the idea of him just like murdering him. It's like with his slingshot or whatever.
But because of that, I think obviously he's got to go in Triforce champion.
He's obviously got to be right there at the top, hasn't he? For now.
Yes.
Probably stay there.
Probably because he is the main character.
He is the eponymous Legend of Zelda.
Yeah.
I'm going to say, because we've got quite a lot in this one, this will be the first one where we might have overlapping, which I'll work out and edit. We might have to shrink them and then go underneath for some. It's going to get real interesting for these bigger ones.
Yeah.
Next up, we've got the Great Deku Tree, and look at that! Look at that thumbnail.
I've never seen like the original. Well, I have seen bits of it, but I've never seen like some of the stuff in the original version.
Yeah, all these renders are like, some of them are really horrific.
So the Great Deku Tree appears at the start of the game, and he appears a bit later in the game as well. And he is the first dungeon, but he is also alive, and he talks to you and tells you about like he's the one who sends Navi to find you because he senses the darkness encroaching on Hyrule.
He's like the guardian of the forest, isn't he?
Yeah.
Sort of like. He's sort of the one who sort of oversees like fate and setting things into motion, doesn't he?
Yeah.
Against Ganon, sort of
he
thing.
even does it in. I don't know if he appears in anything else other than Breath of the Wild, but he does the exact same thing in Breath of the Wild.
Probably, I would have thought so. Yeah. So he's very important.
Yeah.
And also the fact that he doubles up as a dungeon.
Yeah, that's perfect.
Because he's like been possessed by monsters and stuff.
Yes, by Golmar, I think it is.
Yeah, one of those. I can't remember what he's called.
Yeah.
But apart from that, he dies, doesn't he? He dies like straight away.
Well, he dies later on in the game.
Yeah, but he sort of goes all shriveled like after you.
He leaves and he's like, oh yeah. Then he. Does he die at the start? I think he does actually. I can't remember.
I thought he does because he goes all shriveled, but then you find someone else later and it's like, oh, he's not really dead. He's sort of reborn.
Yeah.
We'll get into that.
Yeah. I would put him in Master Sword rank just because of his importance to the start of the game.
Yeah.
And his overall importance. Because if it wasn't for him, we wouldn't have gone on the adventure in the first place.
That's true. He's sort of the first person who sort of guides you.
Yeah.
Even though he's like a character, but he's not. He's also a dungeon. Yeah. But he is a character. So that's cool. So yeah, we'll put him on top of Master Sword rank for Neil. Yeah. Next we've got Impa.
Impa. Pimpa.
Young Impa, not the one from Breath of the
Yeah, the one that's like 900 years old.
Yeah, the Yoda Impa.
So Impa in this game, she has a big role, but she's not seen that much. However, she does have some classic bike shots.
She really does. She's like taking part in like the 2022 triathlon or something.
The Hyrule triathlon.
Her outfit. Yeah.
She's always the guardian of Zelda. Like the Sheik are always like a part of like protecting the Hyrule royal family.
Yeah, they're essentially like a ninja tribe, aren't they?
Yeah.
And sort of like the guardians of them.
And she appears early on in the game, and then she she doesn't steal Zelda. She runs off with Zelda because she
under her arm
finds out about Ganon's plot, and they need to get Zelda out of there before something goes wrong. And then you don't see her until the Shadow Temple, where it turns out that she is the Sage of Shadow.
Yeah. It's just like, oh yeah, by the way.
Oh, by the way, I just wanted to let you know this classic bit of information.
Well, I'm actually very integral to the plot.
And she's the one who trains another character, Sheik.
Yeah.
To help Link in the future.
Yeah.
Once he reappears, because they're like, oh yeah, he's vanished, and then he wakes up and he's like, as you can see on there, he looks like that.
He turns out to look like shit. Yeah. So she's not in it a lot.
No.
But she's sort of working in the background.
Yeah, she's always in the background. Sort of, well, not always in the background, but she appears quite a lot, and then she does obviously help at the end of the game steal away Ganondorf.
Yeah.
Or kill him.
One of those.
Yeah, one of the. I think it steals him away. Steal away Ganon.
So, seal away a Ganon.
Ganon.
Where would you put her though?
I'd put her because even though she's extremely important to the story, she is a sage and stuff. I'd put her Master Sword rank.
Yeah.
Because she just doesn't appear, and I don't know though, because appearance-wise doesn't really mean anything.
No.
In terms,
but I guess it's how much you sort of see them in game. So it's like, do you have any sort of connection with the character because they're not in it that much?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I'd say top master rank, master sword rank.
Above the Deku Tree.
Yeah.
Yeah, go on, let's slide you out of the way.
Slot her in there. Oh, here we go.
There goes Impa.
Here we go.
Impa.
See, I didn't know the name of this next one. I was like, who the hell is that? I was like, oh no.
I know. I always saw the name and I was like, that's a very ridiculous name. It's the owl. It's Kaepora Gaebora.
Yeah, Kaepora Gaebora.
There's quite a lot of Japanese names in there in Zelda, like just or like Japanese influenced names. That's just like, what the hell is that?
Well, first off, this owl creeped me the fuck out. When I first saw it, I was like, Jesus.
When we going on about it, it's like, why? What's up with it?
Because it was just there. It was just like, you come out of the Kokiri village, and you're like, alright, let's go for an adventure, and then all of a sudden the camera just pans up and it's there staring at you.
Just staring down at you.
It's like, and then it starts talking to you, and it's like this wise old owl that guides you throughout the whole adventure.
Yeah, he's sort of like a tutorial owl in a way.
Yeah, but on top of that, he is very creepy.
Yes.
Because there's...
So the bin then, Twilight bin.
Like, there was a couple of times during my Let's Play where I was just walking around and I'd pan the camera around and I'd look and you see him watching you. He was just like, he was up in a tree, just watching, and I was
looking
like,
hello.
I was like, I didn't know you would actually follow me around.
Just always watching. His father's huge as well. He's not like a little owl.
Yeah, it's massive.
He's just like this.
He's like a cross between like an owl and an eagle. And there's parts where he'll come and he'll be like, oh, do you want me to take you back to wherever you want to go? And you're like, no. And then you accidentally walk into him and he takes you anyway.
He acts as like a way to travel back before you have the means to do so.
Yeah.
Whether you want to or not, apparently.
It was like when I went to I think I was at the Lake Hylia, and I was trying to do something, and then I accidentally touched him, and I was like, oh, I just want to get this item, and I touched him, and he took me all the way back to Hyrule, and I was like, don't want to go to Hyrule.
That's what you get for touching the owl, Andrew. I never touched the owl.
He is
based on your on your opinion of him. I was going to say, where are you going to put him, but go on.
I don't know. Because I still, like, despite him being very creepy, like, I do like the owl overall, and I like that he does help you and he tells you stuff about the history of Hyrule and, like, what's actually going on. He knows more about what's going on than, like, most of the other people.
Anyone. I was going to say, do you want to put him in the middle?
Yeah, I'd put him in...
get knocked down one for being creepy?
No, I'd put him in the middle. I think the creepiness ducks him down 2 ranks. But he's still very important. I
was going to say, I want to put him in the top anyway, just because, like, he is mainly just there as a device, really, isn't he?
A device.
A device. A plot and tutorial device. Next, we've got another amazing character in Mido.
Mido, what a little shit.
I was like, Andrew, why have you included him? And then I sort of remembered.
Yeah. Yeah, he's not like a bully, but he's like the little... Is
he the one who blocks you from, like, going out?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's like, you can't go to the Deku because you've not got a fairy. And he's like, what? You've got a fairy? Well, you haven't got a sword and shield. Go and get one. And then you got to go and get a sword and shield.
Yeah, he's just an arse. He's the village.
And then later on in the game, like, you go back to the Kokiri village into the forest, and he's like, what the hell? You can't get through here. And then you have to play him Saria's song, and he's like, well, you know Saria's song? Well, some kid who used to live here, like, played it as well.
Yeah. And you're like, look exactly like that kid, but grown up and just done clicks as an idiot.
Because he's a little bot, because he thinks that the Link is a Kokiri. Yeah. And Kokiris don't age. Well, they do, but they don't grow bigger than that. And then eventually they turn into Koroks. So...
yeah.
So who knows what's going on there?
I know, yeah. That was a plot twist no one's all coming.
Yeah.
With all that being said, Andrew, I think we should go straight in the bin.
Yeah.
Because he's just there to annoy you.
Yeah,
and he does his job very well, but because of that, I think there's no other place for him.
Yeah, he doesn't do anything outside of that. He's not like important to anything else. He's just there as a...
We're not necessarily putting him in because he's a bad character. It's because he does his job being an annoying twat very well, so he goes in the bin. I reckon that's...
He just literally, like, outside of that, you don't interact with him. No. There's no need to interact with him other than that, because he's basically a forced block.
Yeah.
To stop you progressing.
Mm-hmm.
And that's it.
He might as well just be like a boulder or something.
Yeah.
That sasses you. In the bin with you, Twilight Princess. Next, we've got another sort of like minor character.
Dampy.
Dampy. The graveyard keeper, whatever he is.
He's the graveyard keeper. And in the past, he'll walk around the graveyard and you can get him to dig spots for you in order to find a heart piece, but it's very annoying and very time consuming.
Yes,
and
I remember that.
He was one of the reasons why I didn't include the heart piece episode. Because I was there for an hour.
Andrew's 5-hour long heart piece episode.
Well, I put it down, but I was like, it's the fact that the footage was like really long, and I was just like, oh. It was that, and I didn't want to. I somehow not. I noted down every time I picked up a gold sculpture token and stuff, and for some reason, it didn't match up. I couldn't be bothered.
It's one of those things with like when you've got like 100 collectibles in the game, you sort of overlook or miss one, even though you've written it down or like you're following a guide, and then it's just like I don't know which one it is now.
Yeah, and I don't know which ones. I don't know which ones are missing, so I'm not bothering going getting them. You don't even get anything that good.
No, it's just for the sake of
you get like 500.
Isn't it just like?
You get 500 rupees for it. I'm like, well, I don't need it now.
Yeah, because they sort of upgrade your pouch, don't they?
Yeah.
Doing it
anyway, Dampé.
Yeah, Dampé. That's literally can say about him now, because that's pretty much.
Well, in the future, he leads you to the hook shop.
Oh, is he like a ghost?
Yeah, he's a ghost, and you have to follow him.
Yeah,
you have to keep up with him. And he also gives.
I forgot that was him. I remember that bit.
He also gives you a heart piece as well if you beat his time.
Yeah, if you do his time. Yeah.
If you do it in a minute.
Yeah. So he does have two. He does have two like things you can do with him, sort of thing.
Yeah.
So that's cool. Very much a side quest character. Where would you put him?
Probably High Roller, just because like
Hyrule?
I think he's got a cool design as well.
Yeah.
This is kind of creepy looking, and he fits.
That's why it's kind of hard to decide which like really minor characters to include, because a lot of them have like really unique designs, even if you just do one thing with them.
Yeah.
So I have included a lot of random ones. So we'll put them below
Owl.
Kapora Gabora.
Yeah.
Or Owl, as you call it. Owl. Creepy Owl. Put them there. Below the creepy owl. Okay, so next we've got, is it Saria?
Saria, I think.
Sorry. I said like the two that probably isn't the right one.
Saria?
Saria? Saraya? Let's call the whole thing up. Yeah, so she is Link's childhood friend.
She's one of the first characters you're introduced to. And she is, like Dan said, Link's childhood friend. She teaches you her song, Saria's song, for your Ocarina.
Yeah, it's like one of the main songs.
I was going to say you can call it.
It's
basically like call it. You play her song and then she can telepathically talk to you.
For reasons.
Yeah. And she'll basically give you a hint of where to go. And then in the future, she is the forest sage.
Yes, that's right, yeah. When she grows up into herself.
Yes, she looks exactly the same.
She grows up into the same character.
Yeah. And then, other than that, again, like Impa, she's not really seen that much, but she's highly important to the plot.
Yeah.
And she helps stop Ganondorf, so that's very good.
Yeah. I guess it's sort of hinted that it's like the childhood sweetheart of Link, but then Link sort of buggers off and grows up, literally.
Yeah, he's like, oh, I'm off.
Literally ages before her very eyes. And then he goes off and it's like, oh, Zelda, I want some of that instead.
Sorry, she's never going to grow up.
That's just creepy, I'm off.
Just points at her, he's like, you're going to become a seed.
Just seed, and then just like blasts out. And away he goes. That's exactly how I've been. Sorry to spoil the game.
Yeah, sorry. That's how like they become Koroks.
That you would just. So where should we put her based on that?
I don't know, Daniel. Where would you put her?
She's sort of more one of the iconic, even though she has like a very small. She has a big role, but like. For a very small portion of the game.
Yeah. I think she should go in Master Sword.
Do you reckon?
Yeah.
I just have no strong feelings for it, so I was going to just like put her in Hyrule. But
I
guess she should really go. Top of Hyrule?
Yeah. Just because, like, yeah.
Huh. I guess, I don't know, I feel like she should probably go in Master Sword, but I'm also just like, I can't be arsed.
It's like, I can't be bothered to move the things to go.
So she can go in Hyrule.
Yeah, top of Hyrule, just because, like...
Stop complaining.
Like, yeah, she does help you out and stuff. But honestly, that's a feature I always forget about.
Yeah.
That she can, you can...
So it's based on our, like, we just completely forgot about her, basically.
Yeah.
So that's why we put her there.
Just say that, I knew that she was a sage and stuff, but I always forget that you can play her song and she'll be like, hello?
Picks up a phone. Hello? Who is this?
Next we have Bonuru.
Bonuru and or Pierre, whatever. They're both scarecrows. What's the difference though, Andrew?
Pierre's the one that helps you get to places.
That's the one.
You play this.
Bonuru's the one.
Bonuru's the one that you're like, oh yeah, I'm gonna play you this song, and then in the future you'll tell him the song again. And he's like, hey, it's you.
Yeah.
And then,
well, I mean, we can cover both because there's you know, they're both scarecrows, but they do different stuff.
Other than that,
there's sort of a way to traverse the world, but there's like a character around that.
Yeah. It's like if there's an object in the distance that you can't reach, and you're like, oh, how do I reach it? You play the song that you taught the Scarecrow, and Pierre will pop up.
Just summon him. So hello.
Yeah.
What's the deal with the song one? Does you get anything from that? You have the same song and then he remembers you. What's the benefit of that? I can't remember.
It's because you can't like I just said, you can't access items.
Okay.
So you can't get that. So you have to play the song to get him to appear, so you can then hookshot him. Right. To then get across a gap, and it'll take you to like a heart piece or something.
Yeah.
Or a gold sculpture.
But you don't really need him in. It's just like random stuff in it where it's like your other items weren't working. It's like, well, how do I get there? And it'll be the instance where you need him sort of.
Yeah.
So he has very little in terms of
anything
thing to do. Really,
he's useful, but that's it.
What about his character? What's he like? What are they like?
Well, Pierre doesn't say anything.
Yeah.
And the other one's just like, yeah, buddy, oh, yeah, I remember you. Whoa, cool, play me that song, dude.
Oh, let's put him in Trifle Championship. Instantly a fan. Yeah, I don't know. Deku Scrub?
Yeah, just because, like, they have a cool design.
He's helpful. Or one of them's helpful. And they do have a good design.
They have a good design. They're helpful. And one of them's a sass-pot.
Yeah, it's just really random that they're a scarecrow.
Yeah.
And he chat to you and then you can like latch onto him.
Yeah.
It's just like, okay, fair enough.
But just because of that, like, it doesn't mean that they're a bad character. It's just like they just don't do anything other than
just
that.
have a lot going on, really, so not much more you can say. So you're a Deku Scrub.
Navi.
Oh, Navi. Straight in the bin. For a personality.
Hey, listen, Link. Hey. It's just constant. But I do.
Looking past that,
I do enjoy the fact that in my Let's Play I did put like her as like coming in and saying, "Hey, listen," as the question of the day came up.
At the start of every episode to annoy everyone. It's like, well, if I'm annoyed, everyone else will be too. Because she's like, it's like one of those memorable sidekicks, isn't she?
Yeah. And she tells you everything. Like if you're locked onto an enemy and you click Navi's button, she'll tell you something about the enemy and tell you how to kill it and stuff.
Yeah. So she's sort of like the character that will help you throughout the game, following you.
Yeah.
Like you've had these other sort of ones that are sort of like teach you stuff, but she's there constantly in case she gets stuck or whatever. Yeah. She gives you like little environmental clues and stuff. She'll like hover near stuff.
Yeah, and she'll change colour, but for some instance, like it doesn't always tell you that. In fact, it doesn't tell you. I don't think it ever. Maybe someone in Kokiri Village tells you, like, oh yeah, when your fairy changes colour, it means there's something there.
I know, it was like I played for Ocarina mainly with a guide after a certain point, I think after like the first temple, because it was just ridiculous. And yeah, there's loads of stuff that's not really explained in-game.
Yeah.
Or like explicitly said. And it's just like, oh.
So how am I supposed to know that if Navi glows this colour, there's a time stone there?
Yeah. It's just like, yeah, you have to play like the Song of Storms and stuff.
Because usually when that happened, there was a time stone there. So you were like, okay, if I do this, it'll put the time stone in the place. But sometimes there was just no time stone at all, and you had to summon one in. And you're like, okay, well, why is she glowing like that? How? It's like,
what you doing?
Why are you there, Navi?
What was her like? Why was she? Is it just like everyone at the village was given one a fairy?
Yeah, everyone's given a fairy, and then the Deku tree was like, hey. You need, hey, listen, you need to go and get this little boy because he's very important and you're tied to him.
Yeah. And
I'm pretty sure, I think it was Sonaka that told me this, is like, that's the reason why Link goes off in Majora's Mask. It's because Navi's vanished. I think that's the reason why he goes off, because if you think, like, Navi's not there.
Yeah.
It's Tattle and Tail. You get Tattle, I think.
Oh yeah, I remember that now. I'm trying to remember back to your stream shit.
Yeah.
So, I mean, does she have any big story development in this game?
Story development? Not really. She's just always with Link.
She's just really there, isn't she?
Yeah, she's just with Link all the time. and
faithful sidekick.
She basically talks for you in certain instances.
Yeah, which is a good way of doing it, really. You're having a sidekick.
Yeah.
Because obviously Link is a mute. I do remember in Landstalker, which was the rip-off of Zelda.
Yeah.
You had your own fairy, and it was called Friday.
Oh, was it?
And she but she wasn't like a glowing ball. She was like a little actual fairy.
Yeah.
And she was all sassy and stuff. So I did like that. But yeah, I didn't have much to say about Navi really. She's just a sidekick, helps her out the game. But I guess she's constantly there, so she has a bigger role.
Yeah.
So would you put her in the top or below?
I'd put her in probably bottom master.
The bottom tier.
No.
Her personality does knock her down a lot.
Yeah.
So below the Deku Tree.
Yeah. I mean, she doesn't have like the biggest personality. It's like Tattle has a better personality.
Yeah, she doesn't really have a character personality or anything.
She's just like she does, but she doesn't.
The annoying side.
Yeah, she's just there, and like everyone just hates the fact that she's just like, "Hey, listen!" Every time you're doing something. So
every time you breathe.
Yeah.
Right. Okay. But third in Master Sword rank then.
Yeah.
Second is a very minor character in this game.
Yeah, Skull Kid.
Is the Skull Kid.
There's numerous Skull Kids because I didn't realize that, and I didn't realize that was a Skull Kid. Yeah. I thought there was only one Skull Kid, but there's not.
Yeah, it's weird because in Majora, obviously, it's the main antagonist, and obviously it revolves around Skull Kid.
Yeah.
I think that's why when I played Ocarina, I was aware of all the games. So when I played, I was like, oh, wait a minute, I'm not the one in the sequel.
Yeah.
And then, like, other stuff. But yeah, Skull... I can't remember what happens with Skull Kid in this game. It's in the forest, isn't it?
Yeah, there's just, like... you play a song with him, and he gives you a heart piece, and I think he's part of, like, the Big Goron... He might be part of the Big Goron side quest.
Yeah. I do remember looking up, and he said that the one you do sort of the side quest for was hinted to be the one that's in Majora.
Yeah.
Even though it's not explicitly said, but I thought that was cool.
Yeah, that is cool.
Yeah, it's more like side quest stuff and like ways to traverse the forest.
Yeah.
I remember doing stuff in pairs as well.
I can't remember like the lore behind the Skull Kids. I can't like what they actually are. I think the spirits of the forest, but I don't know if they're meant to be like dead Kokiri or something.
Yeah, probably. Yeah, because they were like the forest sort of ones, aren't they?
Yeah. I
don't know.
I can't really rate him in this one though, because he's literally...
Yeah, he's pretty much a background character.
Yeah, he's just like, he's just there and he just helps you get a heart piece and he helps you... I'm pretty sure he's part of the Big Goron Sword side quest. I think you have to get or give him something and he'll give you something back.
Yeah.
Pretty sure, I can't remember exactly.
Yeah, because there's like characters in each area that you sort of have to do stuff for to sort of link.
I'd probably put him in... Because we're obviously not including Majora's Mask in there, so we can't rate him based on that. If he was in that, I'd put him in Triforce Champion because I loved Skull Kid.
Oh yeah, well he gets his full story around him, doesn't he?
I'd put him in Top Deku.
Top Deku.
Top Deku.
Is that what it's called? Top Deku.
Top Deku. I put him above the Scarecrow.
Yeah.
I really like his design as well, so I can't put him in.
Yeah, his design, I reckon, it was a major part of including him as well, because he's really cool. I like him. Next one is Horse.
Horse, Epona.
Yeah.
We've got Epona, everyone.
Everyone, come on.
Epona you first meet in...
As a child.
Child form.
Yeah, as a child horse.
As a child horse, yeah. And you can't, like, Malin teaches you the song, Epona's song, but you can't ride her as a kid. But then, which really confused me, because then in Majora's Mask, you have Epona.
Yeah, it's weird, isn't it?
As a little a TD bab.
As a small child.
But then once you get to the future, you go back, and then the guy that I've got the name of, Ingo, was like, yeah, you can go ride it. Wow, you called Epona to you, and then you steal it. Because he won't let you out of the farm, so he steals.
Oh yeah, you just dive over the fence.
Yeah, you just jump over the fence.
Yeah, so long, suckers.
But even then, I think that's too late for Epona. Like, it would have been so useful to have her at the start of the game as a kid.
Yeah.
Because once you get to the future, It helps you get around Hyrule Field, but even then, I just mostly rolled around.
Yeah, you do, don't you? Just
and then you can only
around.
use her on Hyrule Field and like a couple of other areas.
In like the opening to like Gerudo Valley and stuff.
You use her to jump over the broken bridge.
Gorge.
Yeah, the gorge.
Yeah. Obviously, she's a horse, so she doesn't talk. Right? Well, that's not saying much in these games. She could talk.
Yeah.
But she doesn't. She basically is just there like his loyal steed.
Yeah, to transport you around.
But yeah, like you said, you can't use them much outside of Hyrule Field.
Yeah, because then you if you want to teleport around, you just play a certain song and you get around.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Once you got all the songs and stuff, it's like she becomes a bit.
She becomes as redundant as Lulu once you give Yuna black magic.
I just favorite comparison to anything. But the fact that it's Epona.
Yeah.
It's It's Zelda's classic horse.
It is, but then if you think about it, it doesn't actually appear in that many games.
Not really, but then I think it's just because the importance of his game.
Yeah.
Everyone was just like, so she's like, oh, Epona.
It appears in this one. It appears in Twilight Princess.
Yeah.
And maybe it appears in some of the past ones. I don't know. And then it appears in Breath of the Wild, but as like a what do you call it, amiibo.
Oh yeah, it was stupid.
Yeah.
So where would you put Epona? Epona.
Maybe.
I was going to say if you're inserting in the middle somewhere.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say.
But where in the middle? Sorry, I cut you off.
I think maybe below Saria, but above the just because of how classic Epona is.
The owl. I just refuse to use the owl's name.
I know I keep forgetting its name.
It's too complicated for no reason.
Gibora, that's it.
Gay boring.
There you go. You should have put that in.
I really should. There were so many that were like boring. Okay, so Epona's behind Saria, but above the others. In Hyrule. Cool.
Alright, so then we have Nabooru.
Another sage.
And the Sage of Spirit. And I made this like when I was doing the Let's Play, I was like, there's not much about the Gerudo in this game, other than the fact that it's Ganondorf is a Gerudo and he's born at a male's born every 100 years. It's like there's no like important Gerudo characters, and then straight after like Nabooru popped up. I was like, oh yeah, forget what I said, because I completely forgot about her.
Yeah.
She has a great design though, and I like her personality. She's very like, she wants to take Ganondorf down, but she wants to do it on her terms. She doesn't like. She's like, oh yeah, well I want you to go in and get me the silver gauntlet so I can go in and take out the witches.
Punch the witches.
And then she gets captured
with the amazing scream.
Yeah. And then you go to the future, and then she's all like sealed inside a piece of armor.
Yeah, she's like sealed in the armor, attacks you.
And then you beat him, and she becomes the Sage of Spirit. So she's very important and stuff, but I think she appears far too late in the game. I think we should have been introduced to her
very briefly
early on in the game, and it's just like, oh well, because it felt like a lot of the sages, in fact, all of them apart from the actual Sage of Time, all appear in the child timeline early on.
Yeah.
And she appears in the child timeline very late in the game.
Yeah. They do. Especially, the Gerudo area does in general, doesn't it? That whole area is like, because you can't
I don't think you can access it as a kid.
No, because you need an opponent.
Yeah, you can go across with a hook shot, but then you're already in the future at that point, because you get a hook shot when you.
Yeah, it's when you get the hook shots later on. So again, she's one of the sages, so she's got a big part in the story, but she doesn't appear that much. So
yeah. Again,
it's hard to rank him.
Yeah, I think again just below Saria.
Yeah,
we're just moving Epona down, and
just sliding him down.
But I think because of her importance as a sage, she doesn't need to be high, but I feel like even though she appears really late in the game and stuff, like she is still extremely important. An interesting fact for those who have played Breath of the Wild, that is what Van Naboris is named after.
Yeah, that's right. That's the reference to that.
His name
it's like Darunia, who we get to later, is like something star as well, isn't it?
Yeah.
Like Darunia's shield or something. I don't know.
Yeah.
With the Gorons, which is really cool.
I think isn't it called Var? That something.
Yeah, something like that. I can't remember.
Yes.
There was some sort of reference to it.
Yeah, all the divine beasts are named after characters.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure it was Var Darunis or something.
Mm-hmm. That sounds about right.
Yeah. Mask salesman.
Mask salesman, who again has more of a
role in Majora's Mask.
Crucial role in Majora. But he debuted in this one.
He did debut in this one. He's part of the...
I mean...
Oh, no, that's what the Skull Kid side quest is. You give him a mask.
Okay.
You buy... He's like, oh, yeah, I'll have that classic mask.
Classic.
Which obviously then, like, I don't know why I didn't even realize that, hints towards it being the same one as the one in Majora's Mask, because he's obsessed with masks.
Yeah. It's such a really random choice that he went down that route with this character.
What would have been cool, like, to sort of confirm it would have been if Skull Kid had the mask you gave him.
Yeah. There's like a reference to it.
So you're like, oh, it's that one. Sorry, my voice went then.
It's you.
But in this, he's just like, oh yeah, you can buy these masks and you'll earn money. He has a little shop. And he'll be like,
yeah, because you need some for like side quests and stuff, don't you?
Yeah, but it's a pain. That side quest is a pain in the ass because like you'll give someone the mask and they'll be like, oh, I'll buy it for this, but you have to give him the money back, and then you end up with less of a profit until like the last one. And by that point, like when I did it really early on because like, oh, I'll get it out of the way, and the postman that you follow around, he gives you like a ridiculous amount of rupees, and obviously I only had like a limit of 200 or something. I was like, oh,
your pouch, that's so annoying.
I was like, for God's sake.
You just say like your pouch is full, you get to put 500 in, it just like pours all around it on the floor. Like, oh,
I love the fact that in this picture, like his jaw is like a separate polygon. It's like in front of his mouth.
It's extremely chiseled. But yeah, apart from that,
he doesn't really do anything.
He's basically just a shopkeeper who's tied to side quests.
Yeah, and then I'd put him in Deku Scrub.
Whereabouts in
Probably
Deku Scrub,
just at the bottom because he just doesn't. Like, there's no benefit to the mask in this game other than you get money for selling them.
Yeah, it's just.
And then you unlock all these different masks and stuff, but they don't. They're not like Majora where they'll do something if you put them on.
Mm-hmm. But what about his design, Andrew? He's classic. Look.
He is classic. That's why he's not in
like
Princess.
That's true. And then we've got, following on from earlier, we've got the Deku tree seedling with the little spawn of him. Yeah,
you finally go back and you unlock the forest. You unlock Saru as a sage in the forest temple, and then you appear back outside the Deku tree once you've done it. And then he pops out the ground. And he's like, "Yo, I'm the Deku tree, so I'm reborn."
You're like, oh god.
You're like, oh Jesus Christ. So it shows that like the Deku tree is eternal. Like even when he dies and he gets like corrupted by darkness and stuff, he's always around.
He's always spreading his seed. But yeah, apart from that, it's mainly just it's basically just an extension of the Deku tree again. Hey, he's still alive. That's it.
Yeah, he's like
he'll grow again to be the Deku tree, and then I don't know what do you have to do anything else with the seedling?
No.
Does he just that's
it? He just comes back just to tell you that the Deku tree is alive and kicking.
I'm alive. And then you're like, alright, see ya.
Yeah, bye.
Ooh, that's like bottom territory though.
Yeah.
Even though look at his face.
I know.
Does that knock him up? Oh.
Go on, Daniel, you choose.
Oh. Okay, so let's put him in the bottom of Deku Scrub for now.
Yeah.
And then if it starts getting others like near him that are like have more to do, we'll knock him down.
Yeah. We'll knock him down or not.
We'll put him in bottom of Deku Scrub just for his face. Literally just for his face.
Next up we have Darunia.
We do. Speaking of faces.
Oh god. So many times in that last one where it zooms in too much on his face.
It really does. It's like Daruni is like, yes.
But just based on the fact that he does that dance, he has to go to Master Sword rank.
Okay. We can put him there now and then discuss him a bit if you want. Where do you want to put him in the Master Sword rank?
Probably the top.
Yeah?
Yeah, I really like Darunia.
Yeah?
I think Darunia is a classic character.
Let's do some jiggery pokery.
Right, well,
Andrew, tell us about Darunia while you're...
well, Darunia is the Sage of Fire. He also appears very early in the game. Because you have to get the key to the Temple of Time to open it, to the kind of like to the door to the Sacred Realm, and they're all very, very hungry because there's that giant creature that I've forgotten the name of that you throw bombs into its mouth. And,
oh shit! Yeah, I remember.
And if you play him Saria's song, he starts dancing.
He sure does.
And later on, because he makes you his brother.
Yeah.
And later on, when all the Gorons are captured, he goes off to try and save them in the Fire Temple. And you're like, where is everyone? And you see a Goron rolling around. And if you stop it, it's actually called Link the Goron.
Yeah, it's called Link as well.
Because he was like, oh yeah, he named me after you. So it's like classic.
So I'll never forget you.
Yeah. Realize we haven't had like other than Link, we've only got one in the top.
Yeah.
We'll do some jiggery pokery after though.
Yeah, I'm sure some will go up.
Yeah.
We've got after Darunia, we've got the Poe Collector.
Poe Collector.
Poe.
Yes.
So it's technically another sort of shopkeep-esque side quest.
Yeah, it's interesting because it's like you can catch any Poe in the game and you'll give it to them, and they'll give you money for it. But if you give them the big Poes that are on the Hyrule Field in the future, then they'll give you points, and if you get all 10 of them, they give you an empty bottle.
Yeah, they give you the last glass jar.
Yeah. You're like, well, this would have been helpful collecting all these Poes.
I know. It's one of those things again where you get like the thing you could have needed. Like,
yeah, but at least you can still you'll have 4 chances of like getting fairies or potions that you need, good. So it's fine. Design-wise, I really like their design.
I really like. Yeah, it's really cool.
And you don't
because they look Poe-esque already.
Yeah, they do. Poe-esque. Like, how poetic.
How Poe-esque of you. So it's like, what are you doing with the Poes? Are you absorbing them? What are you doing? Eating them?
Yeah. Just insert it into their darkness.
Yeah, just like... But like, aside from that, that's pretty much...
What time are we on? Oh, we're only on 47 minutes, that's alright.
Yeah, but not too bad. We're making good progress.
Yeah, I was just worried about it being like 2 hours.
No, we should be alright.
Alright.
So yeah, apart from that, nothing...
I think, just based on their design, maybe Hyruler, but because they don't really do anything apart from give you a bottle.
A jar.
Yeah.
Yeah, bottle.
That's it. But design-wise, I think I do really like their design.
So Hyrule and
yeah, bottom Hyrule, because it doesn't do as much as Danpei or any of the others.
Yeah. But we like your style.
Yeah.
We like your sass. We like your attitude. Next up is Sheik.
Sheik. Which is part of the Sheikah, or he.
Or they. Or
I like it.
Who is it?
Spoilers.
Oh.
I like how I did ruin it in the thing.
Yeah.
I was like, oh look, there she goes. I mean, he.
I mean, princess. Hey, what? Stop panicking. So yeah,
you're introduced to Sheik as like he just suddenly turns up and is like, oh yeah, here, let me help you. And you're like, what? Who is this? And then he appears every in front of every temple and stuff, and he gives you the song needed for that temple.
Yeah.
And then it helps you get to the next one, and they give you a bit of insight of what's happened and why that person has become the sage, sort of thing, or why they are chosen as the sage. So, and then obviously towards the end of once you've done all the temples, it turns out it's Zelda, and you're like, bloody hell. Unfortunately, like with the first, before I even played Ocarina of Time, I already knew it was Zelda. So I was like, well, that would have been great to learn.
I think it's one of those things, you're told something, but you haven't like experienced it yourself.
Yeah.
So you know the information, but then later on when you're actually playing it, you're like, oh, it is a surprise because I completely forgot about the thing I had no context for. So it's like one of those for me. I was like, oh yeah, I remember finding out that before.
Yeah.
So it's like another surprise again for me.
This is a big surprise.
I said, bloody hell.
I feel like she has more use as Sheik than Zelda.
Well, yeah, because Zelda is, like, for all intents and purposes, before you realise it is Zelda, like, she is the captured princess, right?
Yeah.
You're like, oh, she's just been captured by Ganon. And then, like, that's it. You don't really see it.
Yeah. I think...
But obviously, Sheik's there, doing all the
I think she should go in Triforce Champion.
Triforce Champion? I think so.
Yeah, just because of, like, everything that...
Yes. We'll get to it, Andrew.
I think that Sheik belongs up there because of their role in the story and how important they are in the future timeline.
Yeah, definitely. I think when we get to Zelda, we'll realise that Zelda won't go in the top.
Yeah.
For like reasons we've stated.
And they just help you out so much throughout the future timeline, and they give you insight of everything that's gone on. It's like, well, what has actually happened in these last 7 years?
Yeah. Yeah, they have more active role.
Yeah, because I thought, like, when you come out of once you first come out into the future and you like walk into Hyrule, there's just like redeads there everywhere.
I thought it's really scary.
Yeah, it's really creepy, and I thought all the people were dead, but they're all in Kakariko Village.
Yeah, I thought that was just like they'd been killed and they just all redeads. Yeah. And I was like, oh, the bloody hell!
It was like, no, they're all fine.
It's like, no, we're good. We're over here. So yeah, bottom of Triforce Champion.
Yes.
Well, I say bottom. There's only two in.
Yes.
But next,
Lord Jabu.
Look at that face.
I don't want it, to be honest.
Just floating there.
Lord Jabu reminds me too much of Monstro. Incest. No.
Incest?
No, I'd say probably Deku Scrub once we get to it, but
I was gonna say it's another Deku Tree situation where it's a dungeon and a character.
Yeah.
And it is very Monstro-like.
It is. It's just very tough because it's just a very difficult dungeon.
Yeah, we can't really judge it based on the dungeon though, because that'd be like a separate sort of ranking thing. So
but you don't really see it. Outside of that, you don't really see it.
No,
it's just a plot device to help Princess Ruto.
Yeah. Is it just that the reason you go inside is just because Princess Ruto is inside?
Yeah.
It's like there's little monsters in there and stuff.
Yeah.
You've got to like help them as well.
Yeah, it's all like Ganondorf corrupted it or something.
Yeah.
So you gotta
put some. He tipped some monsters in there and ran off giggling.
Yeah.
But he's sort of like the guardian of the Zora, isn't he? Sort of. Like,
yeah.
He's sort of like, I don't know. He's just Lord. I don't know. I don't really know why he is, to be honest.
Yeah, I don't know either. But just I'd put him at bottom Deku.
Bottom of Deku.
Yeah.
Because of the pain in the ass dungeon that lies within.
Yeah.
I like we're putting below the Deku scene. It has nothing to do. And then we like spend a whole few hours of the game inside Jabu.
Yeah.
But it is annoying. Remember that much. For that alone, he's at the bottom of the Deku screen.
Yes.
Fair.
Next up we have Ingo.
Look at that face.
I know. I'm pretty sure, I'm assuming they are supposed to be based on Mario and Luigi.
I was literally, when I was getting all these thumbnails together, I was like, they are literally Mario and Luigi, aren't they?
So, Ingo is like Talon's.
He's like a farmhand.
Yeah, he's a farmhand, and he's really put out because Talon basically goes off and he sleeps everywhere, and he basically leaves all the work to Malon and Ingo, and he doesn't like it. And then once Ganondorf takes over, he stages a coup and takes over the ranch.
It's like, it's my ranch now. I mean, completely justifiable the way he's treated.
Yeah. And Malon still works there, but Talon was banished from the ranch, and he lives in Kakariko Village.
Yeah, I do like that.
Yeah.
I like his face.
Yeah, I really like his face.
Constantly got one eyebrow up. I'm like, yes.
Yeah.
I do like that whole little mini story that goes. Like,
yeah.
Like some of the like the characters, not evil, but like the bad characters, like take the chance to sort of seize power once Ganon takes control.
Yeah, and he's like I think he breeds horses for Ganondorf or something.
Yeah, I did like that.
And he's like, no, you can't. I'm going to give Epona to Ganondorf, and you can't. If you win me in this race, you can keep the horse if you want. And then he takes it back. You race him twice, and he takes it back. And he's like, oh no, you can't do it now. And then you jump off the horse. Not jump off the horse. You jump over the wall with the horse.
Jump off the horse and leave the horse back. But yeah, I like him. I like him, like little sub villain.
Yeah.
In just like in the ranch area, I think that's really cool.
Yes.
Where'd you put him?
I'd put him in Hyrule, but I'm trying to think where I would put him in Hyrule.
That's that tough one. It's getting full. Whereabouts?
Maybe I think
better than Epona.
Yeah.
Because Epona don't do much.
Yeah.
Nabooru?
No, below Nabooru.
Below Nabooru.
Just because. Now it's getting tough because I can't find which ones we've done it with.
I know, because the order of them.
Toe Collector. Oh no, I moved Ingo as well. I didn't mean to.
I know, this is the real challenge.
Right, there we go.
Hey, okay. Ingo's
there we go.
Below Nabooru, above Epona.
Ocean.
What? Oh. It's like, excuse me. Next time.
We had the great because they're all like intertwined as one in this because they don't have separate designs. I think they might have like slight color alterations and stuff, but we've got the Great Fairy.
Maybe. Yeah. Who, as always, Great Fairies are out of control.
Yeah, they're absolutely out of control. They have a fantastic laugh.
Literally do.
And they give you all these like bonuses for stuff. They give you magic spells and
the pointiest boobs I've ever seen since Lara Croft. It was like that last episode of yours, like episode 39.
Yeah.
At the time of recording. And it's just like the camera just pans right past it, like no gouges your eyes out. Oh my god.
Yeah, they give you magic spells and they give you like abilities that are very, very helpful throughout the story. Half the time I forgot to use the spells. So
yeah. You are given a lot in this game, and some of the stuff you do forget about.
You get Din's Fire, which is helpful, which is used in quite a few areas.
Yeah, there's a few things where you have to light all the torches.
Yeah. But then once I got the fire arrows, I was just like, I'll just light them with the fire arrows. I'm like, no, you didn't mean to do that. Then there's Naoru's Love, which is like a protection spell, which I didn't use. And then there's Fiori's Wind, which is like a teleport, but only to the last place that you've been or something.
Yeah, then you leave a marker and you can go back in the dungeon, so I can't remember. Something like that.
They also, like, the last one that you, obviously we haven't got to that point yet, but once it's uploaded, there's it gives you, like, a double heart. So, like, once you have all, like, it's, like, right outside Ganondorf's castle. And you go, it's like one I think you've already been to, but then you go back in the future and it's like, oh yeah, have this, and it basically makes the heart stronger. So you don't take as much damage.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah. So I think the Great Fairy should go in Master Sword rank.
Whereabouts in Master Sword?
No, Daniel. You tell me.
Better than Navi?
Yeah, better than Navi just because of the laugh. Better than the Deku.
Just for the laugh. Better than Deku Tree?
Yeah.
Better than Impa?
That's tough.
That is the question I put to you.
No. Just because, as cool as they are, and I really like the Great Fairies, they're only there briefly, and they do heal you and stuff, or like recover your magic and stuff.
Yeah, the existence is a lot of like a power-up thing to give you abilities and stuff more than have a big impact on the story, I guess. Or like personality-wise, they're all very similar and stuff.
Yeah,
so,
they have more differing personalities in Breath of the Wild.
Yeah, sure do.
Differing designs as well.
Andrew, it's the one we've all been waiting for.
The lake scientist.
Whoever gets outraged about including a character who doesn't even have a name,
but
in this when I excluded others.
He's part of a side quest, though.
He is, it's true. But look at his face.
Yeah. We're going to include a picture if we can find it.
Yeah. Thanks for that little timestamp.
Yeah. Timestamp. Lakeshore scientist. Where did they get Lakeshore from? Lake scientist. I mean, like, he's like he's a weird sort of alchemist guy that lives on the edge of Lake Hylia, and he has a shark in a pool.
He does. He has like a really deep pool,
and he has like
boots to get to the bottom.
Octoroks in glasses and stuff, in bottles. And he just has like a really funky design. He
makes eye drops sort of bigger on as well.
Yeah, he makes the eye drops out of like frogs' eyes or something.
Yeah, literal frog's eyes.
So he's just like an eccentric scientist. He's basically like the professor from Futurama, but in a very weird form.
He's so eccentric, he doesn't even have a name.
Yeah.
Where are we gonna put this character? I want to be really ballsy and just like put him in Master Sword. It's the bottom, just like just for his face. But I don't think it can. I've got to put maybe Deku Scrub.
Yeah.
Because technically it should be in the bin, in Bincess.
Where would you put
like Bincess. The bottom.
Bottom.
Okay. I can't get away with like putting him above Jabu Jabu, who's like got a major role in the game.
Yeah. Princess.
Yeah, I'll put him in there.
Salzududo.
Yeah, we're on Zabelda.
Zabelda. Princess Hilda.
Princess Sabrina the Teenage Witch. Now, I've shown the grown-up version. The child version has a hat.
Yeah. Well, you say
which
hat.
knocks her up a notch in my estimation.
It's like a what do you call it? A bandana sort of thing.
Yeah, it's like
I don't know what you call it, but it's like a very
mushroom cap thing.
It's a very old thing that people in medieval times would wear.
Yeah. But yeah, Zelda,
you see as a kid, you sneak into Hyrule Castle. She's there, and then she's like, "Oh yeah, look, Ganondorf, he's naughty." Then you go,
she does say that.
and then she gets taken by Impa to protect her because like Impa finds out the plot of Ganondorf's plot, and she gives you she throws the Ocarina of Time.
I know, don't throw it, you'll break it.
She throws it and it lands in the water, thankfully.
Yeah, Jesus,
Zelda.
That's integral to the story.
And then
just breaks the game.
You don't see her until the very end of the game.
Yeah.
Where as soon as she reveals that Sheik is her, Ganondorf's like, come here.
He'll mob you.
And then he puts her in like a giant crystal.
Classic Ganon behavior.
So like based on like that, like we've obviously put Sheik in Triforce champion. She does help you out in the last boss.
Yes.
She is like the main sage.
She is what the series is named after.
Yeah, she is also
but
what
technically
the series
in
is
this
named
game she just doesn't have a big... She does, but as a different character.
Yeah, she has a big role, but not as her.
So as the princess, she can't be in the top. Would you still put her in Master Sword?
I'd still put her in Master Sword because she is very important to the story, and that she does help you out during the whole last segment of the game. Once you get to Ganondorf's once you beat Ganon originally.
Yeah.
I would put her above Impa, but below Darunia, because Darunia's dance is just legendary.
Yeah, you can't beat Darunia's dance.
No. Darunia might end up being moved up at the end, so we could...
Yeah, we should think about that later. Oh god, me.
I know.
I can't wait to see like literally loads of even more on.
Yeah.
It's going to be interesting.
I thought you just said even more, you moron.
Yeah, moron.
Okay, there she is. Now we've got Talon.
Right, okay, Talon, yes.
We put him there. Talon.
Mario.
Yeah, Mario. Tario. You first meet Mario once you go to Hyrule Castle, and he is asleep in the way, and you've got to go to not Kakariko. You have to go to Lon Lon Ranch to get. Do you? You have to go somewhere to get a cacao, to take it back to wake him up. You get given an egg.
Yeah.
And you have to hatch the egg, and then you have to go and wake him up to get him out of the way.
Yeah.
And then he also does a cacao game with you.
Oh god, yeah, that game.
You have to find the 3 cacaos that he throws out.
I remember just like not knowing what I'm doing with that.
Yeah. And then later on, obviously, like we said, he has been exiled to Kakariko Village. I don't think he's not as important as Ingo.
No, because his whole thing is that he's like, he runs his farm, but he's lazy, so he just gets in and goes to do everything with his daughter and stuff.
Yeah.
So he just sort of chills with his chickens. Just like Mario.
Yeah.
So, I probably close to Ingo, but lower.
Yeah, I'd say maybe above Danpei and the Toe Collector. But like the owl, because the owl is very important.
Yeah.
But design-wise, I think he suits it. And
yeah,
technically, yeah, okay, that's fine.
Yeah,
let me get a bit of a squeeze.
I know I'm gonna have to start overlapping some in a minute.
Yeah, I think that because like Danpei does help you out and stuff, but like Talon, you are introduced to really early on, and he's just funny.
Yeah.
And stuff, and the fact that he's just based on Mario is just funny. The fact that he's like the polar opposite of Mario.
Yeah, he just does nothing.
Yeah.
I'll have him there.
Rauru. Rauru. I don't know how you actually pronounce his name. I think it's Rauru.
Yeah, something like that. Who's he again?
He's the Sage of Time.
The Sage of Time.
Yeah, once you go to the future, he's like, hey, dude.
Hey, Chuck.
Slap on that. that adult suit.
That's why he said,
get back
slap
out
on
there.
that adult suit.
Yeah, so he's introduced like I don't even would say that like I wouldn't even say it's like halfway through the game. Once you get to the future, I think it's about a quarter of the way through the game, because then all of a sudden you've got like about 20 temples to deal with.
Yeah, it all comes at once.
Other than that, though, he doesn't really appear that much. He's very important, but he doesn't really appear much.
Yeah, he's important, but he's just never there.
Yeah.
Never
he wakens. He's like, oh yeah, well I was already a sage. Well, I'm the Sage of Time, so I exist outside of it.
Actually, I'm already important. So.
Yeah. But he doesn't do anything until like the end of the game.
Yeah.
Pretty much. Where he uses his sagely power to help you.
My sagely powers?
Yes. So... I think he's going to end up not Master Sword rank. High Roller again.
High Roller?
But where then? I like his design.
I might just shrunk him down to fit more. Yeah, his design's cool.
Yeah.
He's important. Above or below the owl?
that's the
just using the owl as the...
I think he's above Epona. But I like the fact that Ingo is the way that he is.
So, below Ingo.
But above Epona.
Okay.
And he does have a huge importance, but... yeah. Just because of the fact that he doesn't turn up as much, but he does have a fantastic design.
Yeah.
Per collector. I'm going to shrink these down, these bad boys down. Oh no, don't crash. Thank you. That would have been dicey.
Oh no, can you imagine? Biff. What are we up to?
Malon.
Malon. Malon.
Teaches you Epona song so that eventually you can get Epona. And
yeah, that's right.
She's being like Ingo's like, oh well, I banished your father, but you have to stay. So she's basically a prisoner on her own ranch.
Yeah, pretty much.
But other than that, she doesn't really do much.
No, she's sort of just there.
She's like one of the first people you're introduced to. Once you leave Kakiri Village.
Yeah.
But other than that, like, she doesn't do too much.
No, she's pretty unimportant, like, all around, really, isn't she?
Yeah.
Don't even know where to put her. Deku scrub.
Yeah, but I'd put her higher up because she does help you get like Epona and stuff, and she does have a good character and personality.
Above, top of a Deku scrub.
Yeah.
Because Skull Kid doesn't do much.
No. We just keep adding like stuff to the Deku scrub. That's just like no.
We haven't got the heart to put them in the worst.
No.
I like how it's just me though.
No.
It's down there.
Oh, I'm just gonna leave it there because I can't be asked to go through and like move or find all these names. I know she's there.
I know. Yeah, it's only mainly for my benefit when I'm editing.
Yeah.
To be honest. So you put Medigoron, but I changed to Bigoron because I liked his side quest better.
Yeah.
Because and also the fact that he's like nearly as big as the mountain.
Yeah, I didn't know which one was which, so
that's fair enough. But I just remember the Bigoron because I remember that side quest.
Bigoron.
And the fact that he's
because Medigoron gives you the sword, but it breaks. Bigoron.
He calls it a dagger because he's like huge.
Yeah.
And stuck in the wall.
Bigoron is blind, basically. Like it's because I think it's because you stop the fire temple. Well, you don't stop the fire temple, but you fix the fire temple. So then Darenia is awoken as a sage, and because of that, like the volcano erupts, and I think the ash goes in his eye.
Yeah, that's it.
I think that's why he's like
he just calls everything.
Yeah.
I do like that things sort of tie back because the time travel things, stuff you do affects other things, which you don't have to try and sort in the future or whatever.
So he's basically a big side quest in order for you to get. It's basically a better sword than the Master Sword, but you can't use your shield with it.
Yeah, because it's a double-handed, big, great sword, isn't it?
And it comes in very handy against the last boss. Tell you that.
I remember getting it. I was like, oh, this is awesome.
Yeah, because at one point during the last boss, like he knocks your sword away.
Yeah.
And you're like, well, that's alright, I've got another in my pocket.
It's like, I've got this ready.
You can't finish the game with it.
Yeah, you've got to use the Master Sword.
You have to use the Master Sword.
God damn it.
But it is a fantastic character. He's going in Master Sword rank.
Oh, Andrew. Controversial.
But I think because he's still sort of like a temporary character that you don't really interact with that much, you just do it to get the big sword. I think you should go below Navi.
Well, yeah, I was going to say.
Yeah.
Bottom of Master Sword rank. He's up there because he's big.
Yeah.
Basically. I like his name. He's just Big Goron as well.
Yeah, Big Goron.
That's just his name. He is what he is. Next, we've got King Zora. He's literally a fish.
Yeah.
In like royal garb.
Yeah. So King Zora, you're first introduced to once obviously you go to Zora's domain. He's like, oh, where's Ruto? In like some sort of weird game of Where's Wally.
It's a new Where's Wally.
You have to go and find Ruto, but it turns out that Ruto is inside Lord Jabu Jabu. And he's blocking the way of it. So you go to Lake Hylia and you pick up a letter that's in a bottle.
Yeah.
You show it to him and he's like, oh, bloody hell, not again. So you have to go in there. And then later on...
in that voice.
He's frozen. So you have to...
Oh, yeah.
You have to go into the ice cavern and get some blue flame to melt the red ice around him. And then he awakens and he gives you something. He gives you the blue tunic so you can breathe underwater.
Oh, yeah, the Zora one, yeah. So you can just walk around underwater fine.
Yeah. Classic.
Yeah. I do like the fact that he is just
a fish.
just a fish. It don't really look like the same in Breath of the Wild as well. Like the king was just like
massive.
I mean, he looked more like them.
Yeah, than that.
Than this one does. Literally just a fish. But that's points for me. Again, he's sort of there at that point in story.
Yeah.
So if you do stuff to help him, and he obviously gives you stuff to progress.
Where'd you put him, Daniel?
I was gonna say maybe in the middle again.
Yeah.
Hyrule.
Maybe, but
I'm not sure where.
Above Epona.
Above Epona.
Yeah.
Epona, sorry, but you are.
Quite literally a horse.
I was gonna say like you are the benchmark or like
I know,
the halfway point that we use, but you're like a horse. You are a horse. The eponymous horse, literally.
Yeah.
Eponymous.
Eponymous horse.
That's the full name.
Next up we have Ratface himself.
What guy?
Yeah.
Rat.
He looks like a rat.
Just because he's got a big nose, Andrew.
No, because look at his ears.
Just
if you actually look at his side profile, his face sticks out really far. I think that's the whole point, is that he's supposed to be look like a rat, so he's sneaky.
He's just got a face that's been sucked up by a Hoover. This is really long. So where do you go from there? He's the main villain of the game.
Yeah. He is Ganon reborn, but in the form of a Gerudo. I'm not entirely sure how that happened.
Yeah.
It looks like... Well, I can't really say, because it's a spoiler, but...
I mean, you can do it.
He looks like Demise, who is the last boss of Skyward.
Right.
So I think that's where...
It's fine, I don't know what that is, so it's fine.
What?
It's fine, I don't have the context, so it's not...
He's fine. The original...
Yeah, I knew that was the original thing.
But before Ganon was a thing, basically. Was Demise.
Demise.
So, yeah, he looks like that.
Yeah.
Kind of.
That.
And then, obviously, like, eventually, once you beat him up, he turns into Ganon in the actual boss fight.
Yeah.
Because he's just power hungry. He just wants the sacred realm for himself. He wants to control it, and he wants to rule. And because it, like, as a Gerudo, only born every 100 years, he's kind of like Jafar. He's like a advisor to the king.
The Grand Vizier.
Yeah.
Who's always evil, no matter.
Yeah. I would put him in Triforce Champion.
I mean, I think it's got to be, really.
Yeah.
He is the central antagonist of the whole game.
Yeah.
Even though you don't really see him that much, he's sort of one of those characters who's sort of working behind the scenes.
He is. You do care quite a lot about...
You know he's the cause of everything, yeah. But he appears like that bit at the start where you take Zelda and the horse.
Yeah, you like as soon as the game starts, you see him because you have that dream, and you see it's him.
Yeah.
And then
it's just funny that he does that. And then he's sort of doing it all, but you don't really see him do it all. Yeah,
you don't know what he actually why he, what he's trying to do to Zelda. Is he like trying to? Because Zelda's the keeper of the Triforce of Wisdom.
Yeah.
And I think that's all he was trying to do. I think he was trying to get her so he could get into the Sacred Realm. Oh, he didn't know that Zelda had it, though. So I'm not entirely sure what he was trying to do with Zelda at that point.
No, maybe she just knew because she had a connection to it.
Yeah.
So let's find out more about it. Fight her.
Put
him below Sheik.
Above. Yeah, just Sheik does turn up quite a bit, but I think Ganondorf just overall, and then once you he's very creepy. And then basically he's turned the whole of Hyrule into a hellscape.
Yeah, pretty much.
In 7 years.
Yeah, that's some good progress. So well done, Ganon.
Yeah, well done. You did good job now.
you really met the deadline on destroying Hyrule. Yeah, I'm happy with that.
Yeah,
he's up there. It'd be funny. I think judging by the next 4, ironically, 3 are going to be in Triforce Champion. The Tri. 3 in Tri.
Yeah.
Do you get it?
Yeah.
It means 3.
So next up we have Kume. What?
Slamming past that. Kume and Kotage.
Yeah.
Who I just watched you fight.
Yeah, they are the witches that work for Ganondorf.
Mm-hmm.
And they roam the spirit temple.
Yeah.
And when you beat them up, they fuse together into Twin Rover.
Yeah.
Which still sounds like really weird when I say it.
Yeah.
I always want to say Twin Nova, but it's not, it's Twin Rover. And then you beat that up, and then they die, and then they go to heaven. And
they argue as ghosts.
Yeah.
It's really intense, especially when you're doing a voiceover for
it. But they don't have like huge character to them.
No, I mean you do have good characters.
They do have really good characters, but because they appear so late in the game and stuff, it's like it's not even like the lateness of them. It's just that they are a boss and they're not.
Yeah, they don't have a lot of
screen time.
Yeah, in the game.
I do really like them though.
I guess as bosses, the characters stand out the most against.
Yeah, because like all the other bosses are like just random creature number 4.
Yeah, these are like actual minions of Ganon, so it's like you know, and he bicker amongst themselves and stuff, which is cool.
Yeah.
So
I think I put him in Master Sword rank.
Do you reckon?
Yeah.
Where though?
Just below Big Oron.
Below?
Yeah. No. Above.
Because technically Big Oron doesn't have as much character as them.
That's true. Yeah,
he
above
is.
them.
He's good, but he is a big Goron after all.
I'd put him above them, but below Navi.
Below Navi, yeah, that's fair.
Yeah.
Alright then, alright.
So that's it. So that's it. Yes. Ben Stiller. As I glanced at it, I was like, who, what? It says Bean
We'll
Stiller.
get to Ben Stiller.
Princess Ruto.
Yes.
When you're first introduced to her, she's obviously like the spoiled brat little princess, and she basically makes you carry her everywhere. Inside Lord Jabba
Again, speaking of Jabba Jabba, an annoying dungeon, she's one of the main reasons why.
Yeah. And she basically gives you the last key piece to get into the Sacred Realm. Well, to open the door of the Temple of Time. And then later on, it turns out that she's the Sage of Water, and she goes to the Water Temple to stop the spread of the darkness that's going on inside it.
Mm-hmm.
And then she becomes the Sage of Water after. So she is very important.
Yeah. Again, she's like the sages, so she has a big role in the overarching story.
Yeah.
And a big part of that part of the game as well, because obviously she's playing bloody bodyguard with her.
Yeah.
Which is, I guess, more than a lot of the other sages get.
Yeah, it is. Where would you put her, though, Daniel?
Probably in Master Sword.
Yeah, I'm thinking Master Sword. I do like Ruto. I like her design.
Yeah. Not sure where, though. Because we've got Navi and Deku there.
Yeah. I think maybe above Impa?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because she has some screen time.
Yeah.
And like, you play... Like, there's actual gameplay associated with it.
Yeah.
Instead of it just being there, sort of thing. So above Impa, below Zelda.
Yeah.
Zoldor.
She basically forces Link into engagement.
She does. As is the way.
Yeah. I've just put like mine's just like a complete mess at the moment because I couldn't be able to move them around. Bean Seller.
No, it's Ben Stiller. I mean, I feel like we just included him just because how he looks like.
Yeah, I think so, pretty much. He's not really tied to a side quest. He just sells you magic beans so you can plant them to get fairies and to, in the future, use them to fly around on flowers.
Yeah.
But he just sits there and eats magic beans all day, which is hilarious.
Just eats all of fame.
So yeah.
I mean that's pretty much him.
That's him.
Summed up.
Where would you put him?
Oh, have you got another Twilight Princess or?
I think because of his design though he goes up.
Do you reckon? Yeah. Is he above all the lake scientists? I like these two are just like bean seller, lake scientist.
I think he goes above lake scientist.
Oh, you've done me.
Yeah. And I'd do it again.
Okay, I'll allow it. I'll allow you to beat the lake scientist this one time.
And then,
like those who are just in because of what they like.
Yeah, well, they are part of. Well, he's not though, but the lake scientist is part of a side quest.
Yeah,
he's not. He is just being sailor.
He is just doing what.
I've knocked him up into a new position.
Hi, I'm Bean Stiller. Okay, finally, I say this one to last.
Yeah,
it's the three gods.
Din, Nehru, and Fiore.
Nehru! Ferrore Roche.
We don't really see them. We just see them in that one cutscene, and they all look exactly the same.
There's a cutscene that explains like the Triforce and like golden statues of the goddesses, and just sort of whiz through space.
Yeah, and then they created the Triforce to protect the Sacred Realm.
Yeah.
I guess they go into the Triforce Champion because of that.
Oh, you've ruined the Triforce! I mean, you could do. It makes sense in terms of, like, they're the reason everything's happening.
Yeah. They are the reason that
However,
the Triforce exists.
In this game, we see him for, like, 30 seconds.
Yeah, if that.
If that.
Depending on how fast you read.
It's more of, like, the background lore of the game, and then that's it. So here you go. Here's why these things exist. And
well,
what
Daniel, I am a whore for lore, so you gotta.
You are a whore lore
lawyer.
Laura. What?
Laura.
I was trying to say Laura and lawyer. Or Lauria.
Lauria. Because you're worth
so
it
finding
too.
a place. So finding a place for it's gonna be hard because they're not really in the game, are they? Really?
Well,
just
we could
explain.
Just to be rambunctious, you could put it in the bottom and then just stretch it
to the
across
top.
every rank.
I might do that actually. It's technically like they get less screen time than Mido, but they're as important as Zelda.
Yeah.
So let's just destroy the whole the whole layout and just like distort it. Yeah. There you go. It's at the end, but it's like behind everything.
Yeah.
Across all the ranks.
Well, that's just perfect.
What a way to end it. The state it is. I have shrank some down so you fit on them. They're all just like different sizes.
I know.
The last one's like taller than everything. And you can't even see what it is. Oh. What Fantastic. A perfect way to end it, Andrew.
Yes. So.
That's an actual disgraceful list.
So, Triforce Champion, we have Link, Ganondorf, Sheik.
Yep.
Master Sword rank, we have Darunia.
Oh yeah, Darunia.
What are we going to do about Darunia?
Do you want to knock him up one?
Yeah.
Go on, I can tell you one out.
Just because he dances, so.
He does. He dances for us. Dance for us.
Okay, so Darunia's been knocked up. And then Master Sword rank, we've got Zelda, Ruto, Impa, Great Fairies, Deku Tree, Navi, Kume Katake, Bigoron.
Yeah, that is. I'm not even sure about the order of that, but I don't even know where to move stuff.
No. Then, right, here we go.
Go on.
We've got Saria, Naburu.
Yeah.
Ingo.
Yeah.
Raru. King Zora.
Yes.
Epona, Kibora, Gabora.
That's the one, you got it.
Talon, Dampé.
Dampé and the Poe Collector.
Poe Collector, Bean Seller. Oh no, he's in the bottom. He's in the next one, isn't
he?
Yeah, it's because I see his face popping through the.
Don't promote the bean seller. Just because he's Ben Stiller. And then we've got
Malin,
Skull
Kid,
the Skull Kid, Pierre / Benoru, the Mask Seller, Deku Seedling, Lord Jabu Jabu. Then we've got the Bean Seller,
and then Lake Scientist.
And then finally, I thought we'd have more in Twilight Princess, but we were being very generous.
I think we were just like, yeah.
We were just like, oh, they're not that bad.
They're better than Mido.
However, Mido, the fucking worst in Twilight Princess. But also
we have the three gods
of the entire world of these games.
They're stretching across the timeline. It's like...
They're literally Twilight Princess because they're not in it that much.
But also
they're Triforce champions based on their importance of the whole thing.
Fantastic, Daniel. I think that's like a fantastic list. I don't see any issues with that at all.
The state of it. I don't know I'm gonna do editing this. It's gonna be a right disaster. But yeah. That's our list.
Thank you very much for watching, everyone. Let us know in the comments what your order is.
Please do. If you really want to include your missing ones, so I'll include them and say where you'd put them. If you don't want to do the whole thing, just say, oh, I put Windmill Guy in Master Sword rank.
Man. We should have included him, why didn't we?
I really should have. Oh, I would put it Master Sword rank. That should have been the bottom Master Sword rank.
Okay, there you go.
There's an extra one for you.
You know who we missed? And this is very important.
Oh, go on.
This is a bonus one. The fly that appeared in the last episode of the series that covered my camera.
Oh, well, I guess I'll do a little graphic special mention of the fly.
The fly.
We've had Windmill Man added retroactively, and then the fly.
Yeah, the fly.
There's a special mention.
The fly that came in at the most awkward time, and I thought my camera was broken. It was just the fly on the lens.
Do you pin him as fly on the lens?
Yeah.
But yeah, let us know where you'd rank the fly. Would you put it in Twilight Princess? Actually, let's put it in Twilight Princess because they've ruined your recording.
It did.
But yeah, don't forget to follow Andrew, Vidrew Gamer, and me, Danji Designs, on all social media. Subscribe to Andrew's channel for all videos like this and more series. I'm sure you got more Zelda ones coming up.
Sure don't.
In the future at some point. and also don't forget to check out my website, danjidesigns.com.
Yes.
And all that jazz.
All right, everyone. Thank you for ranking off with us.
Yes, thank you for ranking with us. We'll see you on the next
British
one.
out of here, what?
Great bit. I can never say British. I always say British. It's time for Great British get off out of here.
Yeah.
There we go.
Bye, everyone.
See you guys. Bye.